Good morning. It is Tuesday at 6 o'clock in the morning in beautiful Isabella, and the sun is just starting to peek up over the mountain here. As you can see, normal rush hour. We've got 3 cars today, which is about normal. I had thought that maybe this was an early morning type of town, and I just wake up late and I'm in my home office, and that everyone was busy doing their thing. No, this is busy. This is what busy is here in small town America and the Sierra Nevada range. And I could be in bed, but I'm working on this again, and probably will be till the ending of my days. Now, people may wonder, why am I doing this? And for times, believe it or not, I've spent my entire lifetime as an IT guy in technology and computers and networking and all that good stuff. And I assure you that owning a Chinese restaurant, well, what was a Chinese restaurant, was never in my plans of what I wanted to be when I grew up. It's not about a restaurant. It's not about a love of cooking. I barely know how to boil water. I've spent a lifetime living in town to town and going from business to business, and never felt like I belonged anywhere. I always felt like I was drifting through life and kind of not even living it, really, just kind of like sitting outside of a fishbowl and looking at the inside. You can tap on it and kind of see what's going on, but never actually be part of it. And I think that's an epidemic of the modern world, is most of us these days don't feel like we belong anywhere, that we're infesting our own bodies, that we don't even really own it or occupy it properly. Everything's just temporary, transient, passing through, and nothing means anything, and nothing sticks, and nothing's permanent. And I come to this little town in the middle of nowhere, and for the first time in my life, I feel like I belong somewhere. Now, this may not be the most sane thing to want to be a part of, but I found out the hard way that if you find something and you commit yourself to it, if you bleed over it, like I spent years rebuilding my house and such, you become part of the place you're at. If you put the effort into it, regardless of what value it may have had otherwise, it becomes valuable to you. It becomes your life. It gives you the meaning and the purpose and the reason to get up at 6 o'clock in the damn morning, when the sun's not up yet, to come bang on a roof and fix air conditioners. Because I found some place that gives me a reason to want to get up and do it. In the end, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. I have no idea if anything that I do in my life will ever stick much past the ending of it, or how long I've got left. Maybe 50 years, maybe forever, maybe next week. But you have to find the importance in the moments. You have to make it real for you. And this is how I do it. Gonna be different for everybody. I started out my career in wearing suits and ties and being a technical professional, and now I'm covered in paint and dirt and grime and doing this stuff. And I like it better. Throughout most of my career, I worked for the government for a lot of years, and they'd spend millions of dollars on equipment and we'd work ourselves silly putting the equipment in and wiring up buildings and all that good shit. And sure as shit, a year or two later, the technology changed and I'd rip it all out again. And I spent a lifetime putting stuff in, hurry, just to take it out and throw it away a couple years later, if that. The mainframe computers that I put in years ago, Data General, DEC, mainframes and IBM and Control Data Systems and Prime Computer and Sperry Univac and Honeywell, and all that shit's gone. And it's been gone for a long time. I have probably filled a landfill the size of a Grand Canyon with all the computer equipment that I put in that went obsolete and went away. No matter how hard I worked in my life, no matter what I did in the world of technology, I've got nothing to show for it except e-waste. I wonder, yeah, it's like having your entire life's work erased before your eyes while you're still alive. It's infuriating. Did any of it mean anything? Was it real? Did it exist? Damn this door. Another thing to fix. There we go. Our wonderful garden area, which clean it up and then it gets dirty again. Well, so much of this place is tearing it down just to rebuild it again. But, you know, that's the way it goes. As I was saying, yeah, a lifetime's worth of work, and it was never the thing. It was just the thing that got you to the next thing. This, well, you know, moving things around in the world of atoms, it makes you question your sanity. And I think it makes you neurotic. I think in order to be well-adjusted humans, you got to have something real and physical. You have to be able to move some atoms around. If you're not playing around with moving atoms, or in this case, air conditioners and walls and wiring and whatever shit that I have to do. If you're not spending some of your life in the world of atoms, I think you'll go mad. Especially in the times we are now here, you know, in July of 2024, and depending on what you listen to on the podcast these days, either we're about to have an economic implosion in the United States, or a global economic implosion, or an unraveling of the entire global supply chain, or World War III is about to start, or World War III actually started 6 months ago, but it's not like World War II, so no one recognized it. Or it's a giant psyop, or they're about to depopulate the entire population of the planet with a new re-engineered bird flu, or COVID-27, or Trump's a Manchurian candidate and the next Hitler, or or Biden actually died a year ago, and the Disney Imagineers just filled his skin with leftover parts from the animated Abraham Lincoln that they decommissioned, and that's been our president, and God knows who's pulling the levers behind the curtain. Probably Kamala Harris. Birds aren't real. Space aliens exist now. The laws of physics have been permanently bent. Time isn't time. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. An entire world of insanity in YouTube. If you tried to... How is any of it actionable? What do you do with it? Say, pick one thing. Space aliens are real. They visited us. Nothing about the modern world that you think you're a part of is actually real. It's all been conjured fiction, like walking through Main Street Disneyland. That all the upper echelon, the elites, have had this secret, and been using alien technology to steer the course and keep control of the unwashed masses. Even if that were true, what would you do with that? How does that change your real life in one bit? One of those many things floating around these days is popular is the simulation hypothesis, and it's all just a simulation. We're not really real. What does that mean? It's just wordplay. You're real if you think you're real. Your life is really real if you act like it. If you make it real. It's your actions that make the world around you. We have, at least my generation, at the age of 57, the world has gone out of its way to convince me that I'm small and I'm weak and I'm powerless and nothing I do matters and my life is just a great cosmic accident and I'll never understand what it's all about. And before it's all over and before I'm ready, it'll be over. And I'll go out of this world just as stupid as I came in, never knowing what any of it was all about. Who cares? What difference does it make? Make your life mean something. I was always fond of Alan Watts and his thinking that life is a game. Not to mean that it's trivial, only that it's healthy to see your world as a playground. Playgrounds not as they might be now, but playgrounds when I was a kid, where, monkey bars and swings and shit, that was dangerous. You could break an arm. It was pretty common to come back with, a little blood loss, some scraped skin and things like that, That's where you went and you learned, you experienced, the joy of being real and physical and operating in physical space and interacting with other people, and it didn't always go well. Quite often it didn't go well, but it was real. The games that you were constructing as a kid, yes, of course they were games. The reason for doing the action maybe wasn't real, but the action was real. You were real. Go act like it. What? Or, put another way, you're either playing your own game or you're a pawn in someone else's. I think I spent most of my life feeling like a pawn in someone else's game. This is a strange game that I'm playing, no doubt. There's, 9 years of college and 37 years working on computers, so I can bang on lumber and pull out wires and try and electrocute myself with badly wired breaker panels. Okay, maybe not the sanest thing, but it's real. It's a real thing to me, and that's got to be important, right? Anyway, that's enough of the morning rant. Wish I were better at this podcasting thing. You can tell from the looks of it, this is obviously home done. So for any one of the three people at any time in the future that think that this might have been completely conjured CIA operation, I can assure you, no, definitely not. Just me doing my thing. But what's the short way of ending this? Figure out how to occupy your own skin. Make it real. Make your life real. Find something to bleed on. Find something to care about. If it's not out there, make it. If you don't, it'll be your undoing. And life, even the grunge and the dirt and the blood, it's infinitely more pleasant than a virtual world of bits and electrons and emails and spam and porn and all that good crap. Dare to be part of the real world. And that's it for today.